Hey, Shalom, this priest announced 5,000 times a document. Listen to what this brother's saying about Dexter Wade's body.
What time exactly someone came in, exhumed the body, how they got equipment in here to do it. Gentleman in the truck said he just knows that somebody, didn't say who.
That's a damn shame. So they came and took Dexter Wade's body out the ground before his mother could even show up. The time they agreed on, they didn't even follow that.
That they came in and took the body.
Why would you do that? If they did nothing wrong, why would they take the body out the ground?
They saw the box. But the body is
Ain't nobody in the box.
and that's the problem. As we study.
You goddamn right, that's a problem.
SHALAM, este es el oficial Maganamar de la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal en Puerto Rico. Nuestro hermano de Guatemala, Virgilio Aguilar Méndez, ha sido acusado falsamente por el opresor. Nuestros líderes religiosos no mencionan estos casos. El comandante general Yahanna, con los generales, capitanes y oficiales, estamos apoyando a nuestro hermano de Guatemala, Virgilio Aguilar Méndez. Shalom.
Okay, so what we got going on down here, man? This is Officer 5,000 Hadayala. All right, the camp leader of Michigan, Northeast Ohio, Pittsburgh, Canada. All right, what we doing today? We down here at Tower City Mall and Casino. Turn around, pan the camera so you can show people where we at. You see this the mall down here, Tower City Mall, Tower City Casino. All right, what we doing is we giving away free clothes and free food to our people, man, blacks, Hispanics, and natives people. All right. So as soon as we got out here, we just saw a line full of 50, 100 people just loaded up, came out here, you know, because in America, our people are very oppressed. You know, America gives billions of dollars to other nations, billions of dollars, and they help build up their enemy's economy. You understand? But meanwhile, here in the black, Hispanic, and Native community, they do nothing for our people. So, and
Estamos una vez más en la República Dominicana hablando con los hermanos y las hermanas. Hermano, una pregunta. ¿Cuál es la raza de personas que Dios siempre ha odiado?
Los romanos, porque los romanos fueron los que mataron a Jesús, la gente que viene del Vaticano, esa gente, la gente que tiene el poder en la tierra. Cuando no existe los papas, los padres, esa gente. Y hay un silencio.
Eso es así, hermano.
Dice la Biblia que pues conoceré la verdad y pues la verdad será libre. Y ellos no quieren que nadie sea libre. Ellos quieren tener a la gente siempre oculto.
Y opresado. Y oprimido también.
El Vaticano no entra a la gente que sea española, no dejan de personas así.
No, señor.
Y no entra a las personas que tienen su madre, que la zurran, que conocen lo que hay.
Bueno, hermano, te voy a dar las gracias por permitirme a mí hacerte la pregunta. Aquí estamos, te voy a dejar con el libro de Malaquías, capítulo 1, versículo 2, y el libro de Romanos, capítulo 9, versículo 3. Cuando tú tengas tiempo, una vez más, aquí estamos en la República Dominicana, hablando con los hermanos y las hermanas, debajo del comandante general Yahanna de la I.S.U.P.K. Y ya sabes, no estamos asociados con ningún otro grupo.
Papá Dios me dijo que en la calle hay mucha maldad.
una vez más en la República Dominicana, hablando con los hermanos y las hermanas. Hermano, una pregunta. ¿Cuál es la raza de personas que Dios siempre ha odiado?
Los romanos, porque los romanos fueron los que mataron a Jesús, la gente que viene del Vaticano, esa gente, la gente que tiene el poder en la tierra.
Cuando no existe
los papas, los padres, esa gente.
y hay un silencio,
Eso es así, hermano.
Dice la Biblia que pues, conoceré la verdad y pues la verdad será libre. Y ellos no quieren que nadie sea libre. Ellos quieren tener a la gente siempre oculto.
muchas veces
Y opresado. Y oprimido también.
Al Vaticano no entra la gente que sea como yo, no dejan de personas así.
No, señor.
Y no entran las personas que tienen su nombre, que la zurran, que conocen lo que hay.
Bueno, hermano, te voy a dar las gracias por permitirme a mí hacerte la pregunta. Aquí estamos, te voy a dejar con el libro de Malaquías, capítulo 1, versículo 2, y el libro de Romanos, capítulo 9, versículo 3. Cuando tú tengas tiempo, una vez más, aquí estamos en la República Dominicana, hablando con los hermanos y las hermanas, debajo del comandante general GEN.YAHANNA de la I.S.U.P.K. Y ya sabes, no estamos asociados con ningún otro grupo.
SHALAM, este es el oficial Maganamar de la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal en Puerto Rico. Nuestro hermano de Guatemala, Virgilio Aguilar Méndez, ha sido acusado falsamente por el opresor. Nuestros líderes religiosos no mencionan estos casos. El comandante general GEN.YAHANNA, con los generales, capitanes y oficiales, estamos apoyando a nuestro hermano de Guatemala, Virgilio Aguilar Méndez. Shalom.
Husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places, fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one, and my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband. Why did I?
And sisters, this is General Mahayim, and I serve at the pleasure of commanding General Yahanna in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. Listen, I'm under the weather today, okay? I'm not even sure if I can get in tonight and teach class, but I just had to make this video because, of course, Jay-Z, when he was receiving an all-time achievement award last night at the Grammys, he did a giant speech about the injustice of his wife not receiving an Album of the Year Grammy. Brothers and sisters, Jay-Z is the worst kind of person that any of your children could idolize. He is a terrible human being because he is selfish. Jay-Z single-handedly stopped the Colin Kaepernick movement when all of the brothers in the NFL were taking a knee because black men were being unalived in the streets of America, unarmed black men. Rich NFL players stood in unity with brothers and sisters out on the streets, and they took a knee. They took a knee before every NFL game. And Jay-Z got a job with the NFL, and his number one job was to end the Colin Kaepernick protests, to stop black men from protesting during the national anthem of football games. And he did it. And he completely ended Colin Kaepernick's movement. Let me tell you something, Jay-Z. This is when Beyonce will get an Album of the Year award, when Colin Kaepernick gets his job back. When the NFL hires Colin Kaepernick back, that's when Beyonce can get another Grammy. People like Jay-Z are selfish, and selfish people are the problem with this nation. Selfish people are the reason that our people can't climb out of poverty. Selfish black people are the reason our people can't unify and come together. And Jay-Z only cares about himself. He's willing to protest the Grammys so that his wife can get her 25th Grammy. But he's unwilling to allow black men to take a knee during NFL games to protest an injustice that's destroying our people. Jay-Z is a selfish piece of garbage, and you should never be like him for any amount of money. When Colin Kaepernick gets his job back, that's when Beyonce can get another Grammy. Until then, who in the hell cares how many Grammys Beyonce has? Who cares? Now, every performer has to kiss Jay-Z's ring to perform at the halftime show of the Super Bowl. He is a selfish pig, and men like him are the reason that black people can't succeed. You better learn the truth and come into the Israelite school of UPK, where men care about you more than they care about themselves. Kwam Yasha Allah.
GEN.YAHANNA, you ready for this war and to become an officer?
Come.
When that shit drop, you step all the way on their
Step up.
Come.
Friday, I ain't show no mercy. We gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died. I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the mud. Straight to glory. They don't know how I did it. Nice, but he don't show them skills. How I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel. How I work the wheel. They mad. I'm too solid. Circle tight. Yeah. Vacuum seal. No, they want my life. I ain't worried. I got rank for real. I got real soldiers. Kill for me, nigga. Watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately. You is 9-step. When you dropping that fire, pressure smash, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break your skin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the feel like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even count. These niggas don't run it like we running. Bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. If you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills. How I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel. How I work the wheel. Oh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. I heard they want my life. I ain't worried. I got rank for real. Take over in effect. Yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women. That bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking. I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust. Now I'm too clean. Don't know why they hate me.
And in GEN.YAHANNA. GEN.YAHANNA, how you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good. Really enjoying North Carolina, man. Enjoying the hospitality, the brotherhood. So good to see you again, man, with the sideburns.
You know what's funny about when you said that? So my grandmother, she's been telling me, she says, you have such a handsome face. Why are you covering it up with hair and sideburns and everything? You got your dimples You know what I'm saying? Grandma, like, I'm just doing something different right now. I like to stand out, and for some reason, it just feel like it fits me.
I feel you.
You know, so that's just what I'm doing. I appreciate the fact that you pointed that out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a lot to keep something up when others don't want you to keep it up.
You right about that, brother. You
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that that's a big part of being an Israelite as well. Like, I'm sure that there's a lot of people and naysayers that come to you and probably say, hey, man, why you stand for this and why you stand for that? For example, some people may refer to you guys as a hate group. Can you clear those allegations up?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the sad part about America, and you brothers can chime in anytime you get ready. The sad part about America is when other people complain about what's been done to them, it's considered a sensible complaint. But when black people bring out the things that have happened to them, then all of a sudden we're a hate group. All of a sudden we're a separatist group. All of a sudden we are racist. All of a sudden we all these things. Like, it is our business and we're supposed to bring out the things that have happened to us. That's how you correct problems. You know what I mean? I can't help it if you don't want to feel the guilt for putting us in slavery. I can't help that.
No,
so I still got to tell you what you did. I got to tell you what you did and what you owe. And if you look at it as a different thing, then that's your problem. You can't tell us. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Black Watch. You understand? Commander General Yahanna be here shortly, the hardest working man in Israel. General Muhammad got off tonight. He should be back next week. We got General Hazayan in the building. Give it up. Of course, we got Officer Marah in the building. Give it up. Officer Yedaya, Officer Iban, Officer Mathumya. So we gonna rock it out, man. We're going to rock it out. Yedaya got some treats, some unbelievable stories up in the mix tonight. We're going to bring out the current events to you and and just deal with whatever we got to deal with. We see you on the chat. Shout out to Princess Sarah. Shout out who this? Lenny Naayam. Who else is this? Salakia. Nadar Wan. Shout out to you. Kwara Ayah. Baf Banyamya. I.S.U.P.K. I-80 in the house. Mm-hmm. That's Haiti for those who don't understand.
That's right.
Who else we got? Sawap Ya'ala, Nazam Anna, Amana Dabaf. Did I say Nadar Wan? I ain't sure. Shout out to you, Nadar Wan and Ramah. So what we dealing with, Yedaya? What's the first story?
New York Times blasted for claiming Travis Kelce invented fade haircut.
Read that again. That's amazing. Read that again.
Sir. New York Times blasted for claiming Travis Kelce invented the fade haircut.
So the Caucasian production, the New York Times, they made a story and said a statement, Yedaya, saying that who's that Kelce? What's his first name?
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce, Kansas City, right? Kansas City Chiefs football player. He can catch a ball, but goddamn, the New York Times saying that he is the what?
He invented the fade haircut.
He invented the fade haircut, huh? Probably the Gumby too, right? I invented all that, I guess. Read.
The New York
This is
Times.
your oppressor, man. He want to take everything from you and at the same time make everything you do seem like it's trash. Go ahead.
Sir. The New York Times is under fire for a story suggesting that Travis Kelce invented the fade haircut.
And they under fire me. I guess the world came up against it with that. Like, what? Travis Kelce? Look at this oppressor. You understand? You get a little fade, and it's a whole story. You whatever you want, huh?
General, listen, man. Listen, General. This cat here is a culture vulture, man. He a vagabond, man. Let me tell you something. I was in 1987. My yearbook for my photo for my daggone yearbook picture. I had me a fade. I had a close cut fade. You can tell me how he invented this, man? We've been getting this done since the 80s, the 90s, 70s, man. Are you kidding me, man?
God.
Let me tell you something. If you give them time long enough, and I learned this in the UPK, they're going to take everything great that we did and make it be them.
Sure enough.
You know what I mean? You're going to look up and you're going to see a movie about Michael Jordan, and he's going to be the oppressor. You're going to see a movie about Ali, he's going to be the oppressor. Everything great that we did, they're going to try to take and make it be them. These cats are vagabonds, man. It's in their DNA. Now, you think I'm saying something that ain't true biblically? You got a scripture I asked for, your diet? The Bible said they're going to be vagabonds, man. You understand me? Go ahead. You got it for him, brother?
The book
Read. He created
the
phase. You know? You got to be kidding me?
Amazing. It's like, again, they Tarzan. They go into the jungle and become a better monkey than the monkey. You know what I'm saying? Wherever they go into our motherland and become the Jews. You know what I'm saying? So I can die. Go ahead.
You know, I don't understand. How they fix their mouth to say that? And they got a picture of them getting a fade haircut. Like, are you kidding me?
Like, that's amazing. Like, oh my God, it's only amazing because he did it. You know what I'm saying? And they not the creators. That's why it's amazing. The New York Times should have did their homework. You know what I'm saying? How they gonna put something out there? That's why they're getting blasted. Like how I said, we grew up on fades. High top fades, low top fades. Cats got fly with the fades and put words in the fades and little designs in the fades. That's what we grew up on. You understand? It's like
no, General, you are so correct in this here, man. This don't make no sense. Mariah, you want to say something, brother? Come on, Hebrew.
Con, sir. If I may, I thought they invented the buzz cut. That's the only thing I thought they invented was the buzz cut. That little army, weirdo army cut. That's what I thought they invented because nobody else wanted to rock that.
So why do you think they got this haircut? They doing this haircut now? Where they get it from? Where they get it from? Where they get their style from, y'all? Y'all gotta understand something. But before we go here, give me the scripture where it said the salt of the earth, huh? Yeah, I mean, somebody find that for me real quick. Because they got it from us. They got that whole style. His whole style came from the ghetto, the body of the reservation. I mean, black people, Spanish Native Indians. He got that style from us because we the salt of the earth, man. The way he dressed, act, the whole night, even the haircut, that comes from us. Well, we started, man. We started that style, that flavor. And because they want to imitate us, like imitating art, now all of a sudden it's something he started and he invented. Come on, man. Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, you better understand something, man. Like what you're doing on the earth is amazing. The Lord gave you the spirit, but it's why every nation wanted to have us in captivity and mock and copy us, man. Even in captivity, setting trends all over the earth. Like you are the salt of the earth. You better realize that, man. Let's read it, brother.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 13.
Go ahead.
Ye are the salt of the earth.
Who's the ye? Yeah, you Hebrew Israelites, man. So-called black, Hispanic, Native Indians. You are the salt of the earth. You are the ye. Or the salt of the earth. I mean, you give the earth flavor. Flavor. You look at his whole style, right? His whole style he's trying to rock. I seen cats rocking his style back in the 80s. In the 70s in the hood growing up. You understand me? We was rocking styles like that back during that time. You know, making things with flavor, looking good. We the salt of the earth. Continue reading, brothers, and more.
But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
I mean, if you lose your spirit, man, now how you gonna be salted, man? We done lost. Listen, let me tell you something. We done went from trying to have our flavor to now trying not to have that salt. We trying to be tight pants and, you know, funny looking pants and high waters and everything, while they trying to rock like us. And then when they look like us and what we did, they trying to claim they did it. Like, y'all don't see the game they running on us, man? Come on, what is wrong with us today, man? And you know why you down with him? Because he can play a little bit of football. Same way he was down with Bill Clinton, because Bill Clinton played the saxophone and smoked some weed. Y'all was down with him. When he put more black men in prison than a little bit, because he smoked some weed and played the sax, he was cool. Same thing with Travis Kelce.
You feel like he one of us, I guess.
Yeah.
You feel like he one of us.
Come on,
like
man.
Kelce one of us. Kelce can catch a ball. I saw him. You know what I'm saying? But that's that. Like Adolphus said, soon they'll be talking about they invented the braids. You know what I'm saying? Don't let Taylor Swift get some braids. Oh my God. New York Post would be like, look at her hairstyle. Oh my God, look what she invented. She'll invent the braids. And I know y'all see these commercials out here. They're using all type of black and Hispanic slang, man, on Esau's commercials. They keep it real. Oh my God, keep it real. And you know what I'm saying? Bro, I hate when they say, hey, brother, but it's, I forget, I heard a commercial just yesterday. I said, listen to that. It was a whole Negro slang up on the joint, just coming out of a Edomite voice, and you know, with a little more a perfect vernacular. You understand? They are culture bandits, man. Like the general brought out. Like the general brought out. You gonna say somebody's hand up? Yes. Go ahead, Mariah.
So, like I said, if I may, working at Esau slavery, all our culture they use now. I heard it's a locket. Heard a few different things that they say. They say word, like they'll be at the professional setting, like yeah, because you got to do that. They'll be like yeah, word, and then there's another one that we always say. All the little hood sayings. Oh, keep it 100.
I'll be here.
Turned up.
I've heard that too.
You gotta. We getting turned up. We getting lit. We get keep it.
They throw a dude in front of a dude. Let's keep it 100. Dude, man, because see, I'm real, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mariah, you said they say word. Brother, yes, people were saying word back in the 80s. During a Run DMC era. All that came from the ghetto in the hood. They didn't want that out there. They fought against that vernacular coming out.
Right.
Now here we go. They act like they invented it. They so cool because they can say it.
Good.
They so cool because they can say it. And listen, if I could, sir, Akwaf Barak Mana, General Q's rib said, Slocky, the sister he was with, put him onto that haircut, and he left her high and dry. A lot of y'all don't know that he was with that sister for all them years. You know what I mean? And they wasn't really putting her out in the forefront like how they putting out Taylor Swift. You understand what I'm saying? I should let you know too. Like you are a play toy to them. You know what I mean? When they want to get serious, they go get their own kind. That's what happens. And that's exactly what's going on now. You know what I mean? They see all around the family and smiling and joking and all this right here. But come on, man. You got to be kidding me. He got a style and flavor. She put him on to that style and flavor. You understand? Got him down with it. Now he dumped her. And now here you go. He the man who invented the fade haircut. You got to be kidding me, man.
Zakharov said, I can't stand when they say John. I ain't that. They saying John too? Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Listen, they want to be you black people. Like our oppressor, he's like the spoiled bully kid who you got a spinning top and you spin it and throw it in the air and spin it and pull it back in and spin it all over the place. He try to spin it and can't get it right because he ain't got no spirit. So he turned everybody against the damn spinning top. Say that's whack, that's corny. But boy, once he get it, then he'll make it seem like he invented this thing. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, you guys.
If I may, sir, what you bring out is so heavy. It remind me of another story with Eminem, like the tapes is coming out of the racist tapes that Eminem put out. You know what I mean? And what you were saying is so heavy. The way Esau talk about him, you can't really say nothing. They make it seem like he's the greatest rapper of all time. 10 years from now, they're gonna make it seem like he created hip hop.
Yeah.
So like,
yes. And if I could, okay. How you gonna tell me the greatest? I grew up. I was a kid growing up when hip hop was started. I had my first tape, my little little stereo with the record and everything. I begged my mom and pop when I got it. It'd be 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm playing my little records and everything. So I remember cats like Sugar Hill Gang coming up. Kumo D, Cool Herc. I remember all them cats coming from Philly, and then come from New York, and the Philly cats coming up. And then I remember hearing Rakim. Okay, it's a lot of MCs out here, but I don't know if any too much that's better than Rakim. This is my opinion. You can tell me Eminem better than Rakim? Are you kidding me? The wordplay that Big Daddy Kane had back in the day. You know what I mean? You
Cool
kidding
G
me?
rap, you know
Cool G rap. And they wasn't really cussing like that. Them cats have very good wordplay. Listen, even Run DMC had good wordplay. And you gonna tell me he better than them? And you know why they trying to say that he is? Because of his record sales. Your record sales don't mean you're a great rapper. I'm just gonna tell you straight from the gate. You know what I mean? This is crazy, man. It is like we said, man, culture of bandits. Bandits.
Right. And that's why he sold more records, because Esau loves hip hop, love that flavor we bring. You understand? Listen, Lil Wayne will tell you himself, with all the trap music and, you know what I'm saying, the raps that Lil Wayne got, he'll tell you straight up that it's our oppressor at most of his concerts, mostly. Our oppressor's there. He getting most of his money from them. And that's why Eminem is able to sell more than anybody else, because the oppressor put their money behind him to push him up to that category. But he, for sure, he ain't the best. Are they calling Eminem the best? The GOAT?
You got some brothers, not in the UPK, of course, but you got some Negroes that think he is. It's terrible.
They think he's great.
Because he had a good flow on a couple of raps. You know what I'm saying? Where you think he learned that flow from? I heard him flowing on a couple of raps. But like how I said, come on, you gonna stand him next to Rakim? Please.
General, I remember him saying out of his own mouth, he got his style, and this is what if you can find this article, he said he got a style from Tretch by Naughty by Nature. That's who he was emulating, Tretch by Naughty by Nature. So when you see them acting like us, trying to imitate us, you know what I mean, take what we did to another level, they watched and studied us and what we did. You understand? And now trying to imitate what we did and who we are. It's just as simple as that. And because he got the media and different things behind him, now it's going to go ahead and flow and succeed. You got to be kidding me, man. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to take it back to the boy with the fade haircut. I feel offended, man. I feel offended that I got to sit back and see an article about a cat named Travis Kelce, who wasn't born. So when was he born, y'all? In 1989? 89. Yo, I was getting fade haircuts in the 80s before 1989. And he the one that invented it? Yo, come on, man. Right. That's offensive, man.
God. Like he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, before he was a twinkle in his daddy eye with his mama.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
We rocking fades and what, Gumby as hell, the Gumby and all type of mess, man. You know
Listen, I'm going to go back to my high school photo. I got a low top, high fade. It was low cut with a high fade. And he the one that invented it? You got to be kidding me. Like, come on, man. That's very offensive. And we got to learn how to stop letting this stuff slide. Because if we let this slide, what else we going to let slide? Good. Because we like the way he played football. We like the way he catch a ball. He got a little bit swag and flavor like us. The Bible says that Esau going to be a vagabond. You got that, brother? Read.
Oh, so I did an article too.
Which one?
Eminem said where he got his style.
Read that.
Eminem says Nas and Naughty by Nature's talent almost made him quit rap. I'll never be that good.
You hear me? Now, listen, man. You hear out of his own mouth, man. But y'all say this cat the greatest thing on the earth, man. You know what I mean? Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me, man. You can't be kidding. Over record sales? Record sales don't make you the greatest rapper on the earth. This is your problem. And this is the problem that we have in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, right? Y'all worship money and people that have money. So because they have money, you think they're the greatest thing since sliced pie. But that is not the truth, man.
God.
Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
No, sorry, sir.
And we learn to love whatever our oppressors say. He say this is the best, and we just follow behind it. Your Kyle said the same with Elvis, man. Elvis stole everything, man, from black people, all his style and all that. And they gave it to him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I saw the documentary, what's his name? Screaming old singer who started rock and roll.
Chuck Berry?
Sodomite. Damn.
Little Richard.
Little Richard started a lot of that, man. He was LGBTQ and all that there, but he started all that style, that rock and roll style that Elvis stole and different people stole, man. We created all that. You know what I mean? Rock and roll. and everything. We created that. Listen, if you let this Caucasian go the way he want to go, and if we keep being slaves, 50 years from now, it'll be a story. It'll be a book about Mike Tyson, and they'll have a picture of a Caucasian man on the front of that. Some old muscle-bound Caucasian man with a missing tooth. And they'll say, this is Mike Tyson. Oh, he was fierce. He was ferocious. Had a hook that nobody could stop. And there'd be some Edomite standing there. This is how our oppressor, this is how he rolled. This is just how he is. You know what I'm saying? Was you done on the scriptures?
No. One quick thing, and I'm going to say this to you. The reason why they feel so strong to do this to us is because they see black people as being weak. We have no pushback. We have no stance to anything that's ours or what we created. You know what I mean? That integration thing from Martin Luther King really destroyed us. And it's effective to the day you can see it, man. They see what's going on with us. You know what I mean? So now because they see it, they are now really capitalizing on it because they know ain't gonna be no pushback for real. It's a joke to them. It's funny to them, but it shouldn't be funny to you because this is going to increase. You understand? Because we have no strength amongst our community except for the I.S.U.P.K. Now you got a scripture for me to ask for, brother? Read.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 12.
Come on.
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Go ahead.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
A fugitive and a vagabond in the earth you're going to be, man. That same spirit is on Cain, the same spirit is on Esau. And who was Esau? Esau, the father of every so-called oppressor on this earth. You know what I mean? Esau, Edom, yeah, but they all the same race, no matter the German, French, Russian, American, Ukrainian, all of them, you know, Amalek, all of the so-called Jew, they all come from Esau. You know what I mean? The same spirit is on Cain, the same spirit on Esau. You know what I mean? A fugitive and a vagabond. I mean, they go somewhere. A fugitive is a what? A criminal. A thief. Somebody who steals something from somebody else. You understand me? And that's what's going on right now. They stealing a culture from black people. That's your culture, man.
Right.
They belong to us. This was us. Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatah. Yajimatah. Go ahead, Barack.
If I could, so you know, history tells itself. If I may, we got footage. We got footage that back in the day, not only were black people wearing the Gumby, but the I.S.U.P.K was prophesying against certain things that we did to try to get us to bring on a more masculine spirit. If y'all want me to play it, so I can.
Demon style. Listen, that's a demon style haircut.
No, that's a high top fade.
and the Gumby. And one.
He got a gentle, sir. He got the high top fade with the Gumby.
And Travis Kelce wasn't born yet.
Ain't that something? You gotta be kidding me. Like he wasn't even in existence right now. But his brother got a high top fade with a Gumby.
And Yeremiah said Eminem made a track before he became famous. He made a track called Foolish Pride where he said he'll never date a black girl. So Eminem don't even think you worthy to be with. You understand? But you want to give him all your love and praise. Slocky, Mariah, I want to stop you. If you want to play.
Sir. I'll play a little bit more, sir.
Okay.
Enough meat on you to stand up, so be cool, okay? Shit, please. But, yeah. That's a demon style. Listen, that's a demon style haircut. That's a demonic style haircut. Cut soil in your side of your head. That's demonic. You can look at it and see it's demonic. And then all these strange colors and streaks, that's demonic. That's.
And the problem is the brother's obviously LGBTQ, you know what I'm saying? Wearing the style. But that was a style that ran through the black community, man. Travis Kelce, he could never invent black hairstyles. Slocky.
He invented the high top fade. You
Good.
gotta be kidding me, man.
You know,
he invented the high top fade. Come on, man. Listen, I feel offended, man. I mean, every black Hispanic Native Indian used to feel offended that they even had the gall to bring that out in a newspaper article and then show a picture of him smiling, getting a high top fade like it's real, like it's true. You understand? We gotta learn how to stand up for our culture, man.
Good.
You know what I mean?
And let's see if they'll retract that. Let's see if the New York Post or Times. Let's New York Times. Let's see if they'll retract that, because if they said something that offended Jewish people, they would surely be made to retract it. Oh, yes. You understand? Yes, but let's see. He tell a lie into the world. There's a lie that really is stealing from blacks and Hispanics. You know, usually nothing gets done. So we'll see.
So you want to say anything on that?
You got it.
Rapper 50 Cent says maybe Trump is the answer after seeing NYC give prepaid credit cards to migrants.
You see that? 50 Cent is upset because the immigrants and the migrants are getting prepaid credit cards, you guys? Is that what it said? And he don't like it, I guess. Like he ain't comfortable and got enough money. He don't like it that these migrants are coming over here. Black people, you better wake up to the fact that these migrants are your brothers and sisters. They got the same oppressor that we had. The same biblical prophecies apply to them that apply to us, man. Our roots go back to the same people, man. The same people. We come from Israel, the 12 tribes. They our family, man. They our brothers. Catching the same hell that we catch over here. But I guess 50 Cent's so selfish and living so good, he can't see that. He don't even like the fact that they getting prepaid credit cards. It's nothing to him. Nothing to 50 Cent. Slock, you look like you want to say something, you die. Go ahead. Read on.
Famous rapper 50 Cent recently expressed his displeasure over news that New York City is planning to allocate millions of dollars to give migrant families prepaid credit cards to migrant families. In a recent Instagram post, the rapper even went so far as to say that the policy might even motivate him to vote for former President Donald Trump in 2024.
He ready to get Trump in office because Trump's such a crook. Trump let all the crooks come up if Trump is a president. You know what I'm saying? He's the top. It's like, okay, Donald Trump remind me of the Penguin in Gotham. Like if the Penguin is mayor, you know what I'm saying? And or who on them Gotham shows, the Joker, I think, became mayor or something like that. I think Penguin too, maybe. It's like when the mobsters start running the city, then everybody, all the mobsters coming up, all the crime, all the fraud, everything is flourishing. That's what people want. Greedy, selfish people want a man like Donald Trump in office because he allowed everybody to get paid from thievery and fraud and being criminals. Go ahead, Salaki. Whenever you want. Huh?
Yes, sir. The Post reported that the policy rolls out. It'll start with 500 migrant families in a short-term hotel stays and will replace the food service offered according to City Hall.
So read that again, Salaki.
Khan Wakan, sir. Khan Wakan. The Post reported that as the policy rolls out, it'll start with a group of 500 migrant families in a short-term hotel stays and will replace the current food service offered there, according to City Hall.
Mm-hmm. Part of the problem of the comment that he made, that 50 Cent made, right, is this. This is part of the problem. You know what I mean? And this goes to all Black, Hispanic, Native Indians who don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You don't know what side of the coin you're supposed to be on, man. Christ made this comment, love thy brother as thyself. If you knew you was an Israelite and part of these 12 tribes and nation of Israel, you would realize that they were your brothers, man. They are your brothers. You're supposed to love them like how you love yourself. So for them to get that money, you're supposed to be happy about them getting a little bit of money, be able to take care of themselves, man. You know what I mean? Part of it is out of ignorance. I mean, he don't know who he is. He don't know who they are. To them, they are enemy to him. He has no feelings towards them, and that's exact opposite according to the Bible. You understand? That's the importance of learning that you're a Hebrew Israelite, learning your culture, your heritage, and knowing what side of the coin you're supposed to be on, man. That's part of that problem there, man. Matter of fact, not part, is the whole problem. Because he's supposed to know who the hell he is, man. And know that this is a good thing for these brothers and sisters, man. You know what I mean? To help them out. That's it.
And I ain't hear no smoke from him, Haas, when Ukraine came over here and was getting put up in hotels and getting all that funding. I ain't hear no smoke from 50 Cent publicly. No, you know what I mean? He speak out against them. But boy, when it comes to your people, when it comes to people that's poor like your people, You understand? People that's struggling like your people. I know 50 Cent ain't struggling, but his people struggling. When it comes to that, then, you know, now you got a lot to say. That ain't right. You know what? I want to vote for Trump. You understand? Well, do what you got to do, 50 Cent. Our brothers and sisters, I.S.U.P.K. going to help them out. You know what I'm saying? If they cut off the prepaid credit cards and cut off all the things for them, we still here going to help them out and love them. You better learn who you are. You better learn who you are, man. It may save your life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
That story with 50 Cent, just, I mean, it's so many things that you can unpack with that story. And I hope y'all will give me a little running room. you know how I do.
Yeah, right.
That's right, sir. First of all, from the gate, why anybody would listen to an ex-drug dealer psychologically traumatized by being shot half to death and consider his pain, his suffering, his destruction as something honorable and make him a spokesperson for what the black community will do. We whore ourselves, brother, at any cost. The brother's doing good. I heard his shows is sold out around the world. And listen, 50 Cent music is jamming. If you like some hip hop, you grew up in New York like me, ain't no way you gonna act like 50 Cent music ain't jamming. His music is jamming out, as bad as it could be. But damn, we should never, ever be listening to 50 Cent about advice on anything. 50 Cent is a man that was traumatized, and he said it in his own interview, how when he got shot, it changed him. It made him a different man. And the Edomite, Robert Greene, the cat that wrote the 48 Laws of Power, which everybody running around acting like it's so heavy and so deep, he did 50 Cent like the 50th law, I believe. Made him like the 50th law of power, wrote a whole nother thing about him. Richard Greene is heavy into psychology and heavy into understanding human behavior and all that. But once again, what people don't understand is that you're dealing with two worlds. You're dealing with this carnal world and you're dealing with the spiritual world. And carnal men would love to follow the 48 laws of power, because what do? They help you to have no conscience so that you can only focus on gain and not be moved on in any way. 50 Cent is zealous, ambitious, strong. I heard he got like 29, 30 TV shows coming out. He damn near getting ready to take over the whole black television, radio type, whatever that is that they do up there. Them so-called Jews definitely chose him. See, he got the spirit on him to go all the way and willing to get behind him with billions. He'll be a billionaire if he's not one already. And all that's great for this evil world, but it means nothing to the Most High.
That's right.
Everything coming out of his mouth means absolutely nothing to the Most High. And if you don't believe in the Most High, you'll think we're the fools. But if you believe in God at all, you would know that this brother is so way, way, way off. But first of all, just now, the 48 laws of power should have told him that when your enemy is on your neck and he becomes an enemy to your neighbor, you and your neighbor work together against the man who's got his neck on both of you. Black people been oppressed in America. Meanwhile, we acting like don't give these cards to these immigrants. Meanwhile, the Ukrainians came to the United States by the hundreds of thousands, got more than a card for food, got housing. They ain't on the streets. They ain't in shelters. Got all of that and put that together and got themselves straightened out. And in a minute, you'll have Ukrainian shops and Ukrainian cookie shops, and they all straight up white supremacists over there. They're the children of the Nazis that went up into that area. And 50 Cent would rather publicly align himself with a known white supremacist at this point, Donald Trump, rather than say to himself, maybe we should align ourselves with them. Since we're suffering, they're suffering, but you got to be a man of God to understand that. Let me tell you something. This is why they tried to kill Moses. This is why they tried to kill Christ. Yeah. This is why they tried to kill Jeremiah, Isaiah, Micah, Habakkuk, Ezekiel. This is why Joshua, they hardly ain't really tried Joshua because he was killing everybody in his path. He ready to try to kill an angel. He killing so much. And they ain't tried that with David either. David would kill everybody. Mm-hmm. Like this brother has no idea how much damage he's going to cause, both to the black community and the Latino community by making such a horrible mistake. This brother really needs to be in therapy for the pain he suffered after being shot 9 times, which made him a cold human being. Even his right-hand man, his ex-right-hand man, he treats like garbage. The cat, I forget his name, he wears something that looks like a passport on his neck. What's his name up? Yeah, even him, you know what I mean, which is classic psychological, classic narcissistic abuse. When you become so damaged that you can't never be merciful on the cat right next to you. You know what I mean? That's why he was in interviews trashing the cat, saying he messing up stuff and he this and he that, and the brother trying to roll with him, but he coming down on his neck. That's psychological stuff that happens to you when you live a traumatized life. Being in the UPK is where you get untraumatized, right? Where that gets unpacked and you get help, so you don't go out and put this kind of stupidity out there. And furthermore, we had welfare for many years in this country and still do. We survived off of welfare, being oppressed by these people. Those cards that they talking about giving out is for food for those migrants. Mm-hmm. The first thing you're going to say when they put a gun in your ear is, let's get rid of these migrants. Well, why not give them the food cards? The devil got more money than he could even imagine. He got plenty of cash, and him giving it to the food cards shows you a slave mentality. If you think that the devil, who's not giving you anything, is wronging you because he gives these other migrants the card, when you don't even look at him for starving you. Mm. Your rent is $2,000. Mm. You ain't even, you. That's where you need to be mad at. Instead, you mad over these cards and not mad over the thing you should be mad at. That's why after this, I want you to get that story with the 2 faces where they talk about how black people got to be 2 different people. Did y'all go over that yet?
Sir.
We're going to go grab that one next. That's what has happened with this brother. He should not be telling you this. He should not be pouring this out. Because once again, the strategy in this world is selfishness. The strategy in this world is to look out for me. Mm-hmm. Get as much as I could get and never stop. And that's a good strategy if you're carnal. If you're carnal, that's a good strategy. But here's what the Lord said through the prophets. To be carnally minded is death. Is to die in this place. Because that mentality is why brothers getting shot while trying to rob and do carjacking. Why brothers getting killed because they chose to sell drugs than be strong and have faith in the Lord like the brothers in the UPK. Mm-hmm. You understand? Like having that carnality is why you end up in prison as opposed to navigating your way out and strengthening yourself. You understand? The brothers in the UPK they come out of the street. They did not go do what 50 Cent did. Mm-hmm. They would be considered not successful as 50 Cent because he's worth millions. When in fact, the brothers that came out of the drug world and joined the UPK that's feeding thousands of brothers. I gotta be checking with captains all over the country because brothers busting out with so many food programs. Mm-hmm. And the sisters backing them up with the clothes and the food all over the country. Like that would not be considered smart like what 50 Cent is talking about. When that's how you be smart in this time of the end. The Lord is getting ready to destroy America, man.
That's right.
Before your eyes, according to biblical prophecy. So which one is smarter? Standing with the Lord that knows the future and what is going to happen to you, or standing with men that get rich and think you should be selfish like them. That's the wrong mistake. But that's the route that they take. And it is the route that have destroyed them. Jay-Z got up. Muhammad did a banging ass clip on how Jay-Z got up and complained about Beyonce not getting an award while he went and helped shut down the Kaepernick protest, which was about a real issue. Selfish. You can't rely on ex-drug dealers, not even, I'll say ex-drug dealers who the white man looked down on and saw they had talent and made them rich and wealthy and act like, you know, they're somebody that should speak for the Black and Latino community. Jay-Z and 50 Cent are millionaires because a white man is going to make billions off of them. He's like any other sports figure. You play good, we'll pay you to play good. We'll pay you more than all the rest of the slaves. We'll pay you so much more. You'll be like a superstar before the rest of the slaves. We'll make billions off of you because you're willing to be a good slave. And brother, that's how people stay in slavery. That's how you get 400 plus more years in slavery. When other people would not do what they did. Other people would go the other route, which that route is considered dumb. That route is considered stupid. When all the money in the world that this brother has cannot take away the trauma that happened to him. The only thing that takes away that trauma is the Most High. The only thing that doesn't haunt you at night is the Most High. Other than that, you become victim to it all. We should be aligning ourselves with the Latin tribes, even if you don't believe they're the 12 tribes of Israel, simply because they're in the same boat we're in. Guess what? The Latin tribes, they're not moving the Latin tribes into white suburban neighborhoods. Do you see that? Do you hear about that?
Wow,
how in white suburban neighborhoods, they're upset?
No, wow, sir.
I was up New York this week. I was in a totally white suburban neighborhood. I ain't see a single migrant in New York City where they pour in the buses. They emptying the buses every day. I was down in I'm talking a real Edomite neighborhood in New York City. Brother, I ain't see a migrant nowhere. Not one. All I saw was Esau walking around in his cashmere coats and having cappuccinos and scones, whatever the hell they be doing. You understand? It wasn't no migrants on those streets sitting around them or nothing like that. And that's your problem. You should be aligning with them because they come into your neighborhood. You don't understand. Your slave master has decided for whatever reason that he has integrated them into your neighborhood. What you can't see is that the Lord allowed it to happen so that you could come together with these tribes and be great. Instead, you got ignorant brothers like this who don't understand it. Let me get a scripture. Deuteronomy, 15th chapter. Give me 7 to 9. And this is a law in the scriptures and a powerful law. You have turned your back on the Bible. You listen to gurus and idiots who telling you about every other record of gods in the world. From one end of the planet to the other end of the planet. And you listen to them as though it's the gospel. And you throw the Bible away, which actually is the black man's book.
That's right.
The one book you should be listening to, you don't listen to that. Give it to me, Yediah.
Khan Wakan, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 15 and verse 7. If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren.
Right. Not every poor man, but one of your brothers. The Latino tribe's been in the hood with us since slavery, man. If you grew up in New York City like 50 Cent and Jay-Z did, you ain't gonna tell me you didn't grow up with Latinos, man. I grew up in New York. Them Latinos was in the hood with us just like everybody else. And some of them was more down with us than our own brothers at times. Go ahead.
Khan Wakan. Within any of thy gates in thy land.
With any of the gates in thy land. Sidebar. This is what pisses me off about it is it's so destructive to our mission by Yahushua. and it's so destructive that brothers like him should be careful that the Lord don't come visit him with a judgment. I'm not talking about us. We ain't gonna never go bother that brother. You understand? This is America. You can have all the free speech you want to have. You don't come move on us, we don't move on you. But if he got any good sense, he would fear the Most High. The Most High delivered him from them 9 shots.
Yes, sir.
The Most High gave him another chance to breathe again. What he's supposed to do is say, instead of letting the trauma of him make him a selfish man, he should be saying, the Lord delivered me and made me wealthy and powerful. And he should be asking the Lord, what is my obligation to you? What is it that you want for giving me my life, for delivering me? Not be selfish and think, I'm so bad. That's why, they shot me up, but I'm still here. And from what I hear, he was able to get revenge on the ones that actually harmed him. You're supposed to bow your head before the Lord and say, what is it that you want? And he'll tell you what you want, what he wants. And it'll be nothing for you in the wealth and power that you're in. Go on back and give me that scripture.
Wakan, sir. In the land, it's like in thy land, which the Lord God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut thy hand from thy poor brother.
See that? You ain't supposed to harden your heart. Right. How you gonna harden your heart? A man poor in the street in a shelter. How you gonna harden your heart? I'll tell you how. Because even when these celebrities have gotten their wealth, they didn't even go help black people.
Right.
In many cases.
That's right, sir.
In many cases, they didn't open up homeless shelters. Do you know how much wealth and power these Negroes have if they put pressure on each other to do the right things? Black people should supposed to be owning half the prisons in the United States. Because Lord knows millions of us are in those prisons. God. So we're supposed to own the prisons and making sure that our brothers come out fully functional and rehabilitated, man. Even if we operate the prison as a loss. As long as them brothers come out of it, you don't understand the importance of life. You understand the importance of selfishness because you're carnal. You're just like any animal on the earth. You use your mind and your skills to eat and survive. Instead of letting the Lord allow you to survive, and instead of using those skills to make others survive, to be a vessel of the Lord so that you can make others survive, you instead become like any animal and only think of yourself, which is backwards from what the Lord did. Give me more, you die. Hit me hard.
Wakan, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 8. But thou shalt open thy hand wide unto him.
Whoa. The Lord said, you see him poor, open your hand wide on him. Mm-hmm. You got millions? It should be 20, 30 food programs running down in New York City right now. He come from New York. You understand? Buses should be pulling up with food and clothing. You understand? He should be tied in with all the nonprofits. And listen, and it would make him greater than he is now. Right. Mm-hmm. It would be seen around the world how great he is. Yo, look at 50 Cent, man. Yep. He out there feeding everybody. Yeah. It'd be riots at his concerts. People be trying to get in because they would see the humanitarian side of him. Instead, he'll for whatever they paying him or not paying him, he'll instead align himself with a white supremacist that said when you arrest them back in the day, you bang their head on the car when you putting them in there. That's what Donald Trump said. Right or wrong? And several Donald Trump supporters got into fights with brothers that came to their rallies and beat them up. God. You understand? And you going to support a man that faked like he was going to fix the border. You understand? And make no mistake, I don't give a damn about none of them politicians. Both of them is worthless because America got an agenda and it don't matter who's in the White House. But we got an agenda too, and it comes from Christ, a man more powerful than any man on this earth. You just don't know it yet. You die. Give it to me.
Wakan, sir. And shall surely lend him sufficient for his need.
See that? He asking for food, give it to him. Mm-hmm. Sufficient for his needs. Paul said this, if thou have food and raiment, be ye satisfied. What is sufficient for his needs? Something on his back to keep him from the weather of getting sick and dying, and some food in his belly. That's sufficient for his needs. That ain't a lot to ask for. The average black woman got 50 pairs of shoes in her closet right now. Some of you niggas got whole rooms full of sneakers. Worshiping sneakers like they are God. Got the colors matching and all that. Sick as you could, like cuckoo. A $9 sneaker made in a stinking factory over there in Korea somewhere. You got sitting on a shelf with special lighting and heat to make sure it stays at a special temperature. To make sure it's preserved. I'm telling you, that's what they got. They got special lighting so the color don't fade, special temperatures so the sneaker don't go bad. Go ahead, you die, please.
Slogging, sir. Slogging, my Lord. Confession good for the soul. I was one of them brothers in the world, sir. That God. I still got a little space in my apartment, sir. Because of the temperature.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We was all caught up in the game, but we woke up. You know what I'm saying? Right. Your guy is awoke now. He understands now. You understand? It's crazy out there. That's crazy, you know, what they're putting in us. That's what it comes from. And we got to start all new. How do we start all new? Like the scripture said, you know what I mean? Seek out the book of the Lord. None of one of these will seek up its mate. You know what I'm saying?
That's right,
Go find out them ancient records. Come on, bring me on down.
Khan, sir. In that which he wanteth.
Right. Give him what he need, man. You'd be surprised how it'll turn around for you in the better later on. You're going to allow them all to come up in here and they're going to vote against you, turn against you, separate from you. Their sons and daughters going to turn into gangbangers against you. All of that. You're going to create an enemy when you never had to do it.
Right.
You didn't have to make him an enemy, and you're going to go now and be dumb and make him an enemy. The Lord said, go on and feed him, man. He's your brother. Go ahead.
Khan, Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 9. Beware there be not a thought in thy wicked heart.
Don't even have a thought in your wicked heart. Don't have no evil thought in your wicked heart. Go ahead.
Khan, saying, the 7th year, the year of release is at hand, and thy eye be evil against thy poor brother.
Yeah, because here's just to give y'all the understanding. In Israel, there's a law that at the end of 7 years, anybody that owes you a debt, is it 7 years or is it the 50th year?
I'm going to say.
I think it's 7 times 7, right? The 49th and then the 50th year. Okay, I'm a little rusty on it. So what he's, go ahead, go ahead.
Like, so also, if I could, remember after the 7th year, you got to let them, like if they was working for you,
you got to cut them loose.
Cut them Khan.
Okay, that and this
but the Jubilee, all the debt's
gone. So what he's trying to, what Moses is trying to bring out to us is this: like, you know that the year is coming up where if he owe you some money, he gets out of the debt. So now your eye is evil towards him, like, he gonna get out the debt. If I give him this money now, he ain't gonna have to pay me back, because next year all the debts get wiped out. So then you have an evil eye and you don't help your brother when you have the opportunity to do so. You wrong, man. You wrong. And just imagine, this is our problem. Imagine the power this brother has with the wealth that he has. You understand?
Yeah.
Look at the power he has. He'll never spend the wealth he has. They're gonna rob him the minute they might rob him before he leave, get out of the music industry. They're robbing all of these artists, robbing them blind.
Yes, sir.
They might rob him. You understand? Once he's gone. You know what I mean? Every time you think they can't rob you, you come back and come to find out they done robbed all them artists. Right. I was listening to Red Fox and them, Sanford and Son. They robbed all them brothers, man. Stowe robbed the guy that came up with the show, robbed the actors on the show, robbed all of them. And now I think there's a new actor, the comedian. There's Keenan, and there's two of them. The one that made that movie.
Keenan and Kel, I know.
Yeah. I think it's one of them that just came out and said how they robbed him for like 150 million or 150,000 or something. Some ridiculous number of money they robbed him from because he had some slick ass small hat accountant work with the rest of them, and of course shuffle your cash right out of your pocket.
Even Taraji P. Henson just made that color purple. She just cried because she ain't getting, none of the money she's supposed to get.
She knows she getting robbed for it.
Yeah, the brother Terrence Howard said the same thing.
He said the same thing.
Yeah.
He got like $12,000 for doing some old ridiculous movie that they made God knows how much on.
Yeah.
So they robbing you blind. Use your brain, man. Use your brain. The greatest investment you could ever make is in your own people. Even though they pumping the propaganda to tell you, yo, don't even go there, because you go there, you're gonna have nothing but problems. They, blah, blah, blah. Ignore them. And if you lose on it, take the loss. Christ said this. Christ said, pray for them that despitefully use you. Now, they would call Christ a sucker. I call him the greatest leader you ever had.
That's right.
He knew how to pull you out the darkness and bring you into the light, and did it well. Because what good is it if you would have died? What good is it if 50 Cent would have died on that street? Whatever he believes he learned, he did not learn what he should have learned. He learned how to be better at operating on the street, when what he should have learned was that what goes on in the street is the wrong way that life should go on. Because brothers dying more through that white route than damn near any other route there is. So they're supposed to teach you after that this was backwards to do this. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You got more? That was the end of 9.
A little bit more, sir.
Finish 9 right quick and I'll get off.
Khan, sir. And thou givest him not, and he cry unto the Lord against thee.
Here's what the Lord said. And you don't give him. And he crieth unto the Lord. Go ahead.
Khan. And it be sin unto thee.
And it be sin unto you. Meaning he cried to the Lord. Or she cried to the Lord. One of them immigrant sisters, and she pouring in the shelter at her bitter end, in there maybe with a child, and in need, and she cried to the Most High. He hear everything. Once again, you got to be more than a carnal animal. You got to be better than a dog.
Right.
You got to aspire to be more than a goddamn dog. You understand? To understand what I'm saying. She'll cry onto the power in heaven, who will look at you with all that you have and be like, look at this selfish pig. I done did all this for him. And that's why the Lord's supposed to get all the credit.
That's right.
He should get all the credit so that you don't get puffed up thinking that you did a damn thing.
That's right, sir.
So that when he call on you through his law to do something for somebody else, you'll do it because you know you got yours, not by your own hand. But if you think you got it by your own hand, you be old selfish. I did it. It's mine.
God.
You don't want it. What they got to say, I got mine, go get yours.
Yep.
That's a known saying, which is against the Most High.
God.
It's against real spirituality, which is why the church is falling right now. For that same reason. And you got to be better than that reason. And it'll be sin unto the Lord. And brother, you don't want that.
Right.
You don't want the Lord in heaven. You can't hide from him. He's better than GPS. He find your ass better than that. You know what I'm saying? You think GPS find your ass. Them angels pop right up in your bedroom. Be looking at your dumb ass. In them silk sheets. Like, look at this nigga here. And then you walk to the bathroom, brother, and step on a tiny splinter, pull it out your leg, and 6 weeks later, you got the bubonic plague. They ready to cut your leg off. And you crying on the Lord. That's how the Lord works.
Yes, sir.
You thought I meant he walk out and be a shootout. Oh, the Lord ain't gonna give you that much. He ain't gonna even let you have that. He gonna let you get a splinter, get an infection, and excuse my French, and jack your ass up.
Damn right.
He gonna make sure you know it was him this time. It ain't gonna be taboo and them from cross town.
Right.
It's gonna be the splinter in the floor. You understand? And you're gonna be jacked the hell up like, damn, they cutting my damn leg off. And at that moment, you're gonna remember all the things that you did. You're gonna remember how cold and selfish you are. 50 Cent should be trying to find his way back to being a human, not finding himself to be more of an animal. That's what Richard Green will tell. Robert Greene will tell you. Well, because you know that's the 50th law of power. When you should not seek power, you should seek the service of the Lord,
right?
And you will gain power.
God, real power.
Real power. That's right, General. What?
Like you said, if he, he's wealthy enough to pressure other wealthy cats, coming up under him and help the migrants and do things for black people. If he think they getting it and it ain't coming to black people, step up and help black people and help the migrants and put together them programs, and he will be more famous. Way more famous.
You're right. No, Salaki, General. Not only you so right, General, but he would not even, it wouldn't cost him anything. What church in America, seeing him feed the poor, would not, when he called, say, nah, we ain't sending you nothing? The money would flow to him like you would never believe. Just opening his mouth could change the lives of tens of thousands of brothers and sisters that Esau is dropping off into these cities to turn these cities into more chaos. And that's more soldiers to help fix the city. Soldiers with skills. What happens if we now own all the restaurants? If we now start owning the businesses, he would lose nothing. 50 Cent would get twice as rich and have twice as much power. You brothers don't understand, man. You think Christ is a joke when Christ is the baddest cat that ever came into this flesh and walked on the face of this earth. And there's none like him. And following his command, I love it. I love being in his service. I love it. I'll be in his service to the last breath. I hope I live to 100 years old just to be in his service. You understand? That's the service we should be in. Salaki, I yield.
And General, if I could, sir, that's the point of being a Hebrew Israelite, learning who you are, learning your culture, the knowledge of who you are. You're going to learn who your brothers truly are. So now once you learn who your brothers truly are, now you're going to know how to treat them the right way. You got to have some compassion for your brothers and sisters, man. Because like you said, sir, when you're in the world, you ain't got no compassion for nobody for yourself. It's all about you and what you going to get for you. Like how you said, but come to the truth, man. It ain't about you. It's about your nation, your brothers and sisters, man. So you take yourself to the back seat and bring forth things for them. What I've seen from you time and time and time again. You know what I'm saying? You put yourself to the back seat and put the nation in the front seat. You understand? So that's it.
And Hans, we got a God that when you do that, just what you saying, the Most High always raise you up anyway.
Come.
You jump to the back seat and help your people and put your brothers and sisters before you, put your nation before you. The Most High is a God that he see that and he raise you up anyway. You know what I'm saying? Raise you right up.
Come.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Give it up.
Khan. What is code switching? Why Black Americans say they can't be themselves at work?
Go ahead.
Khan. As one of the few Black women in the corporate offices where she worked, Regina Lawless took pains to blend in. She donned conservative blazers and low wedge heels and tucked her hair in a wig instead of wearing natural hairstyles or braids. Echoing the speech patterns of her white colleagues, she avoided African-American vernacular English, spoke in a quieter voice, and buttoned down her mannerisms. Even in casual moments around the water cooler, she constantly monitored how she carried herself and chatted about the latest episode of Game of Thrones, Not Insecure. I was concert. I was coming in as a young Black woman. I did not want and I didn't want them to think of me as an unprofessional or ghetto or pick your negative stereotype Black woman, she said. It was my way not to have people question my competence or my professionalism.
God. Listen, they equate your soul, you know what I mean, with your flavor you got. They look at that like they look down on that, like that's ghetto. And with Esau, you may lose your slavery because of that. You may just, you know what I'm saying? You may lose your slavery because of how you pronounce a word or how you do this. So that's why even in interviews, they got practice interviews where you go practice and learn how to speak right and dress right. I mean, they was telling me, I went to an interview way back in the day. They was telling me, how come you should have wore a tie? Like right before the interview, my coworker was like, you should have wore a tie. You could have wore a tie. I said, I ain't that type of guy. I had a fly shirt on, dress shirt, but it was, you know, nice shirt, just no tie. You know what I mean? But I didn't get to slavery either. Because they, you know, they frown when you be you. You know, I was fly, but they went to tie and suit and all that there. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain speech. So, you know, this is the slavery we in.
In general, too, a lot of times in these slaveries, when you can't be used because of your own people as well. Like the ones who in your own up in power and in slaveries don't want you to act any kind of way because you're going to not only make you bad in their eyes, you're going to make them look bad in their eyes as well. So it ain't just on you, it's going to be on them as well. I remember one time I had a cat come tell me, and we was in training, and I'll never forget, and this one brother here, he had went to school part-time and got his business degree from Wharton College and, you know, University of Penn. He got his Wharton business degree, the whole nine, had a business in XYZ, right? He came to me and said, man, listen, man, you ain't got to act and speak like from where you from. You can be something. So I looked at him, and I don't know if I can say what I said to him on the air, but I said, man, you know, it's a four-letter word that begin with an F and end with a K. I said, you. So who you talking to, man? I said, I'm going to be who I'm going to be forever. I ain't going to change. I ain't got to act like somebody else to be somebody that's going to make you feel good because of what you accomplished. Good for you and what you got. But I'm going to be me, man. Who you think you talking to? You know what I mean? Like, don't ever come to me like that. I was kind of pissed about that, man. I ain't got to change who I am to make you feel good or to make them feel good. No, you tripping. You tripping. Like that. That's how they are. That's where it comes from. Like, they do that too as well to you. It ain't just the oppressor. It's the ones that's of your own kind that got some kind of weight and pull, you know, inside of where we working at that don't want you to act anyway out of order that make master look at them funny and look at you funny now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how that goes, you know, like you got to act a certain way and be a certain way the whole night. I remember one time I was coming to a training class. It was a Saturday. No, I was coming to teacher class, matter of fact. I come to teacher class Saturday morning. It was cold. I park in the parking lot. I run to the building. And somebody I had been working with, I work with all the time, I see all the time, was outside smoking a cigarette. When she see me running, she did like this here, looked at me, and took off inside of the building. But pew, I'm running like, no, she didn't do that. I'm like, that I couldn't believe it. I get inside the building, take my hoodie off, and she look at me, and she go, and I frown my face and walk right by her like she wasn't even there. Like, I was pissed. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to, it's a shame that you think that you got to be somebody else at a slavery because you think you're going to lose that slavery. You understand what I'm saying? And they know you uncomfortable. They see how you trying to imitate and not really be you. They understand it, and they laughing at you. They talking about you. Just be yourself. That's it. That's all. Just be yourself. You got to be nobody else at a slave. Be yourself. You'll be all right.
Especially if you know your work. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of that story I think GEN.YAHANNA recently brought out about them rich black people that moved to the suburbs. I forget where. I don't remember where, but they moved to the suburbs, and then they had a meeting, and they were being interviewed, start talking about the new black people that was moving in, and was talking about these new black people like they weren't even black. It's like, you know, we moved away from that element, and we tried to
in California, in the 60s.
We tried to do better, and now they're moving amongst us. You know, it's definitely like they bringing us down. You know, because they're not in our world, and they don't operate like us. It's like, you know, these people, these ghetto black people coming up here, they're going to make us look bad in the eyes of, you know, our oppressor. Just like in Romans 11. You know what I'm saying? Where they said, you know, if we leave them alone, the Romans going to come and take away our place and nation, because being disobedient to Rome makes them look bad.
Right.
Rome put them in charge of black people.
Right.
So if they don't keep these black people at bay, you know what I'm saying? If these black people keep fighting against Rome and speaking like this Christ is speaking against Rome, about the fall of Rome, our daddies, the oppressor, gonna come down on them.
All right. Same with Egypt with Moses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, remember it said they came and met Moses. Said you putting a bad savor in the mouth of Pharaoh servants, you understand, to get us killed because you rebelling against what's going on. I know everybody out there may not understand, but what it is we bring it out. But it is so what we as a people always have to do. And let me tell you something, it's deep in this respect. What General Mayak is bringing out is so deep. General Haas is bringing out is so deep in this respect. Here's the part you don't know. You right. The corporate attitude and the corporate spirit that they require is not who you are. But guess what? The hip hop spirit is not you either.
Right.
The hip hop spirit was created by them.
God.
I mean, we created it. They just took it over and turned it into what they wanted to turn it into.
Yes, sir.
And as a result, none of us, we don't have no parts of our culture. Our real culture is when we go back in the Bible and find out who we are. That's our real culture. The culture of hip hop is not our culture anymore.
Right.
They took it over just like they did rock and roll. When we made rock and roll and blues, it was about our suffering. That's what music is supposed to be about anyway. Music is made to soothe you from your suffering. That's one of the main reasons. That's one reason. It's not the only reason, but it's one of the reasons. It's also to motivate you to war. That's the whole point of music. That's why it moves you. It moves you because the Lord created it for it to be used for different reasons. They took our rock and roll, which was really motivational music for our lives, and turned it into something satanic for them. Brought in the electric guitar and made a mess of our music. Same with hip hop. They came in and took it over, and now it's a gangster thing that they created. So none of it's our culture. Here's the sad part. The whole reason we constantly going into those different spirits of them is because we don't know our own culture. We don't even know how to be. We don't know, even when we think we being hip hop, we ain't being who we are. And when we think we being corporate, we ain't being who we are.
That's right.
We ain't being who we are in either place. So we fabricate each one to just get through the life, which shows you how bad we destroyed, how much our soul is destroyed for us to have to take that on. Can I get 2 scripts?
Yes, sir.
Psalms 44. You understand? 25, 26. You die.
And even, Sir Slock, if I can, even these reality shows, they call them reality shows, but that's not our reality. What you saying on there? That ain't how black people live.
No.
These are people that didn't code switch, and they on there dressing and made up and going out. You know what I'm saying? They trying to be like our oppressor.
That's right.
You understand? That's not our culture. That's not how we are. But they call it reality. So you sisters at home sitting in the hood, you wanting to be like them on TV because you think that's reality, real reality.
So true. So true. And sisters trying to fall into that situation so that they can get through the day. I don't blame you for it. I think it's wise that you have to go into that. You have to code switch to get through if you want to stay on a job. If you could avoid it, like how I said, General Mayak said, avoid it. Try to be the best of you, who you are, as much as you can. Some of you get caught up in it because you got no choice, especially if you on them high levels with Esau, where you all up in his world. It's very difficult for you to just be who you are because of the way they pushing that on you and trying to push that vibe on you. And let me tell you something, that vibe that they pushing on you is such a painful vibe on who you really are. It's like you said, your code switch is the right word. You come home and got to be somebody that you're not. Bad. But if you have to, I mean, I don't want to see you do that, but you got you might have to do it.
Yeah,
you might have to adopt their rules at least, and make it. But you don't have to, like we always taught in the UPK. You don't have to go to the bar after work. You don't have to be part of that. You don't have to make friends with Karen to appease her ass. You know what I'm saying? You can try to be professional and polite. Please cut in, General. Please.
Just like the General saying, I don't think nothing wrong with code switching to get from Esau. You go up in there subtly, listen, talk like them, walk like them, get that money, then go home. Like the general said. The problem is a lot of you convince yourself that that's really you.
Yes.
You convince yourself that this is really me now. And you start hurting black people under you because of that. That's the problem. Slide.
And you're going to end up hurting. I'm sorry, sir.
No, go ahead.
And you're going to end up hurting yourself in the end. Because you're going to see, you trying to avoid whatever's going on, you're going to end up hurting you in the end because of that too as well.
And let me tell you, if I could add to what the generals are saying, you end up hurting black men, a lot of you sisters over it. Because you go up in that corporate world, them white men who are like animals are trying to get you in bed every minute. And they paying you $100,000 a year to do your job. You begin to think that you are something special than a snot-nosed, stink-ass broad from the hood. And your dumb ass will go out there, and then you'll start talking to black men. That's where you get all this garbage from. A man got to make a certain amount of money to be with me. A man got to do. You start creating all these rules. Where you get these rules from? You get it from that Edomite that you work with every day. You get it from him. He wear a cashmere coat. You got to wear a cashmere coat. You understand? He got this fancy Italian car or German car. You want your man to have that. He make this amount of money. You want your husband to make. You lose the fact that you are slaves surviving in this empire. And because he's a lustful beast, he has no problem paying you a high amount of cash so he can look at you every day and lust after you every day with the hopes that one day you will sleep with him. And some of you do sleep with him, thinking you going further. They've made movies about it. It's been all in the news. It's been all in the, what's his name? The Weinstein and the rest of them. That's what they do. You got to fight that, man. You die. Give me 2 hot scriptures right quick. Psalms 44, 25, and 26. And I'll give you another one.
Sir. Psalm chapter 44, verse 25. For our soul is bowed down to the dust.
That's our soul. Our soul, that's what it means, bow down to the dust. Your soul is who you are. Who you are is bowed down to the dust. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you come from. You don't know how to be. You don't know how to help yourself out of this hell. Your soul has been bowed to the dust. Go ahead.
Sir. Our belly cleaveth unto the earth.
Right. Our belly cleaved to the earth. We've been destroyed to the point where we're surviving on our belly. We survive like a snake survives. That's what that means, code switch. You like a snake. You moving subtly trying to survive. Your belly has been put to the ground, meaning you're poor and suffering. Go ahead.
Sir, verse 26. Arise for our help.
Right. He calling on the Lord and say, arise for our help. Go ahead.
Sir, and redeem us for thy mercy's sake.
And this is a heavy part. He said, redeem us for our mercy's sake. Why? Because we're not worthy to be redeemed. It ain't like we can go to the Lord and say, Lord, redeem us for we are worthy. We got to say, redeem us for your mercy's sake. Right. So you can put it on record that you were extra merciful to us because we are not worthy to be redeemed. So for your mercy's sake, God, Lord, please have mercy on us and deliver us, man. Let me tell you something, Mark. That's a bad place to be. Slavery is the worst thing that could ever happen to you as a people. Slavery means your very soul is taken away and used for another nation. I'm going to show you that too. Go, matter of fact, get me Psalms 22. Get me Psalms 22. Start at 28 if you could. Give me 28, 29, and 30.
Sir. The book of Psalms, chapter 22 and verse 28. For the kingdom is the Lord's.
The kingdom is the Most High's. The kingdom is the Lord's. As bad as it looks. Listen, this is why faith is such a beautiful thing. Faith is a beautiful, beautiful flower. In that faith allows you, with your intelligence, to look past what's in front of you. Like the scriptures say in the New Testament, we walk not by sight. If you could have faith, you could become powerful, because it could look like death is in front of you. But if you could have faith, then you could get past what it looks like and do things that are unimaginable, because you believe in the Most High, who is alive and is controlling this earth. Even though we in hell, even though they in power, even though they conquering the world, even though they got weapons and armies and technologies, the scriptures say the world belongs to the Lord.
Damn right.
It don't matter what they dealing with, satellites, anti-gravity bullshit, my friends. You understand? It don't matter, because the Most High, he's the governor of the earth.
Damn right.
That's right, Joe.
And he already declared he's giving it to his son.
That's right, sir.
It's already been declared. It's already been decided.
And listen, if I can, in this hell, as horrible as it is, you know what I'm saying, serving his son, we ain't got such a bad life.
Oh my God.
Yes. My life ain't that bad. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm about poor as dirt, but standing with Commander Gen.YAHANNA and the spirit of the Most High Son, our King Christ, and rolling with these brothers and building this nation, I don't think I have many bad days. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, if I may just confess. You know what I mean?
That's right. If I can up you one,
God.
Rolling with y'all. I've been on a cloud for about 20 years. I ain't had a hard road yet between General Mahim and General Mahim. The generals, the captains, the officers coming in, even the troopers, the sisters.
Damn right, General. That's right, sir.
That's why I'm really not properly functioning. Because listen, and I'll tell you why. I'm not properly functional simply because the beauty that I've seen in this nation, I'm riddled with guilt. I'm riddled with, you understand? I overwork myself simply because the nation is so right and so strong and so properly directed that I feel the guilt of not doing enough. To where y'all got to stop me sometime, because going off the rail, man. Because I can't do enough because of how great it is to be in this truth in the middle of this hell. If you adhere to what the Lord's statutes and commandments are and come up into this body, this the real us, Maya.
Yes, sir.
We ain't changed our attitude. We ain't changed our spirit. We ain't changed the way we talk. None of that. Like, we actually in our culture. We dress in our culture. We talk in our culture. We got our own constitution. We have the knowledge of the truth. And above all, through the direction of the King, we see the real Black and Latino community.
That's
we
right.
We ain't listening to your BS.
Right.
We see how you really suffering in this place, and we acting accordingly. We acting absolutely accordingly. Those brothers, man, big shout out to Captain Saparya. Big shout out to General Kathumgabar. General Kathumgabar in the third hour, brother, that rose to a whole next level.
Damn right, sir.
Big shout out to him. The brothers, we're going to give accolades to the brothers that's getting ready to do this rally down in North Carolina, because they getting ready to do a big rally speaking down there. And so what I'm saying is that these brothers have risen to the occasion and have done a glorious job. They fed, big shout out to Captain Ty Ward. Big shout out to Captain Taziah Ward, who's up there in Jersey. Big shout out to, I think that's Tazaryak, right? Big shout out to Captain Tazaryak. Big shout out to Captain Saparya. And when I call the captains, I'm calling all of the men and the sisters that are with them. And brother, they fed a third of the city of Baltimore. Clothed a third of the city of Baltimore. They no damn joke out. Like that's poor Black people fed and clothed. So that's why I'm trying to tell you, we not clear on what our mission should be. Christ is giving it to us, but you listening to churches and rich people, and they lying and destroying you. I don't want to run on too much.
Falling for the propaganda,
Yes.
Like you said, they putting out about our immigrant brothers and sisters. You fall for the propaganda, and then you feel like they stepping on your toes. That's stupid, man. That's stupid.
That's right.
The spirit in this school, Commander Gen.YAHANNA taught us. We see these scriptures, and like he just said, we see past the BS. We see the real of our Hispanic and Latino brothers and sisters, and how they should be coming together with our Negro and Native brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? We see the reality of it.
You so right, General. Like, we could have stolen our people back. We could have stolen our people back by the tens of thousands. You understand? We could have worked along with them, man. House them. They would have fixed your raggedy house. You can't get your house fixed no more because they done ran all the ISRAELites out the country. So ain't nobody to go. You can't go to Walmart no more and get a bunch of brothers to come in and hook your crib up. Now you got to call Esau in. First thing he do is come out with a clipboard, which means, you know what I mean? The clipboard mean already you finna get robbed. He about to rob you with the clipboard. Now he got every charge, every issue, every little screw he putting on the bill. When I.S.U.P.K give you a flat rate, look, man, I'm not.
Oh, you back my home, man.
Show our words, let these deeds be seen. Around and hook you straight on up and get you straight. But now you're gonna make an enemy out of him and hurt yourself more. Hurt yourself more. When, brother, you could, man, the resources and ability, like they know they've been surviving in third world countries. They know how to come up in your ghetto and do things in a way that's very successful. And once again, here's what you're going to get for turning your back on them. They're going to just turn to drugs. Since they ain't got no help, why not? They're going to turn to drugs and they're going to mess your neighborhood up even more. And then it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You treated them terrible, and now they screwed up your neighborhood when you could have taught them good and really raised them up right. And open them up to the truth. But that's all right. My faith is in Yahawashi. We're going to wake up this whole nation. Go ahead, General Salah.
Just a carnal story. You know, in the front of my crib, I had little problems with my gates, leaning over and not connected and all that for years. I'm calling Edomite weld shops and every weld shop I could call. But unless you're getting a bunch of new gates and spending thousands and thousands of dollars, they really don't want the job. You know what I'm saying? Recently came up on a Benjamite who knew another Benjamite who came through, took a look, and hooked all the connections up. A little small work, and I gave him some good funds for it. And now my shit is tight. You know what I'm saying? Tight. And that's what losing these tribes do, man. We supposed to be able to come together and take care of each other and do things and give each other work all the time, like the general said. But you cut them off, man. Like, you know, they ain't going to have no choice but to go to the drugs to try to get through the pain. And then they're gonna be no good for nothing. You know what I mean? We done lived it. You know what I mean? Over here.
Listen, you right. And you know the road. You've been in slavery 400 years. You know the road. Bring them on through the road with you.
That's right.
Attach yourself to them and let them attach themselves to you. Win them. Don't let the jailhouse decide to divide us. In jail, you got to be divided because of what's going on in jail. But we don't have to be divided on the street. And eventually, if we come together on the street, guess what? We'll come together in jail.
Right.
And then we get power. Like, we should learn, man. You break it down for me, out. Tell them where you at.
The book of Psalms, chapter 22 and verse 28. For the kingdom is the Lord's, and he is the governor among the nations. Verse 29. All they that be fat upon the earth shall eat and worship.
When he raises us up, we're going to be fat on the earth. And we're going to eat and worship the Most High. Go ahead.
All they that go down to the dust shall bow before him.
Right. When you go down to the dust, you're going to bow before him. Guess what? We went down to the dust and had to bow before Esau. That's what this story is talking about. We had to get before him, and then we had to code switch. We had to bow before the other man. The Lord is saying when you get in power, you're going to bow before the Most High. And those nations will bow before you. That's the proper order of the earth. And the Lord don't care what Esau invents. It means nothing to the Most High.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 30. A seed shall serve him.
No. You in the middle of 29.
And none can keep alive his own soul.
Right. None can keep alive his own soul. Meaning you're going to be what they want you to be.
Right.
When they in power, you ain't going to keep your soul alive.
When you're in power, they not gonna keep their soul alive. They can hate your guts. They come into work. Good morning. How are you today? Mr. Brown, thank you for hiring me, Mr. Brown. I really appreciate it. They're gonna be excellent. They ain't gonna keep their soul, Maya. Huh?
Yeah.
They're gonna give up their soul like you had to give up your soul.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna bow down under you. Go ahead. Give me 30, please.
Khan, sir. Book of Psalms, chapter 22 and verse 30. A seed shall serve him.
One of the generations of this nation shall serve the Lord. A seed. What seed is that? The seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You're going to serve the Most High.
Damn right.
Go ahead.
Khan. It shall be accounted to the Lord for a generation.
He's going to count that to the Lord for a generation, meaning he's going to see that we've served him and done right by him, and he's going to look at that and say, I'm going to keep raising this generation up to be great among us and to be an amazing generation to lead our nation and have the other nations follow us. And their life's going to be better anyway. They living like hell in these countries, man. But they're going to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments that the world right now thinks is foolishness. They're going to follow it knowing that it is these laws that the Lord have given us. Amazing. They absolutely amazing. You can look at what 50 Cent did, look at what they doing in these offices, and boop, hit them laws and know exactly what to do. I yield. That's it.
You know, I sit back and I think about what I learned under you, sir, in the I.S.U.P.K, right?
Most
I learned how to change my life and become a Hebrew Israelite and live my life a certain way, right? And I sit back and I realize there's not one law that we got to follow, not one way we got to change that interferes with living in this country, in this land. You can do everything the Lord say do and still live in this land with no problems. You know what I mean? Like you can live, you can do things like how Jeremiah said, the Commander Yohanna said, you ain't got to go to the bar after work. Everybody ain't got to go to the bar and have a drink. Everybody ain't got to follow their so-called holidays. You understand me? But you can for sure live the way the Most High said live in this land. Ain't nothing stopping you. The only problem you have is you and that dumbest stuff that be in your brain. Them demons that come mess with you in your mind. That's where the problem comes in at. We learn how to fight and conquer that. There's nothing in this land that can stop you from living the way the Lord said live. Not one thing. Celebrate all the high holy days. You know what I mean? Living all the laws. Ain't nothing stopping you. You can do all these things in this land. The problem being is that Christianity that it gave us all these years, and them demons that Christianity fill and give you, you got to fight against. Once you fight that, man, and get that out of their way, what's stopping you? You understand me? What's stopping you from doing it and living like how you're supposed to live according to the Lord? You know what I mean? I was today driving. I think I was up Germantown or Shelton, and I'm driving, and I see this cat. He might have been like he was into Islam, right? And I'm looking at him, right, General? He walking, and his woman was walking behind him in a full-out guard. And I said, wow. And when I saw it, I said, they brought their culture from wherever they from over here to this land, and they living it. You understand? Like, that's their culture for the woman to walk behind them in Islam, right? And she was walking right behind him. She had a certain amount of space, and she was walking behind them. And I said, wow. Like, there's nothing that stops us from living the way the Lord said live. Not one thing. You know what I mean? So Israel, let's live it. You get up in the I.S.U.P.K, you learn how to change your life. Now change your life and live what the Lord said live. The things you get taught in here, you learn, you live. Ain't nothing going to stop you. So that's it.
Damn right. Damn right. All right. I think we can give it up. So basically, just to give a quick synopsis of the last story, the sisters were saying how they were feeling, brothers and sisters, how they had to change their attitude because they living in white America. And it's a sad, sad thing. Like, we should have all our businesses, all our work should be going on in our neighborhood, and our neighborhood should be prospering. And that only happens when we bring all 12 tribes together and we recognize that this man has no intentions of helping us. And we should see how cruel he is overseas. If he could be that cruel overseas, brother, imagine how cruel he could be to us, whom he hates. Just keep that in mind, because that cruelty is coming to America. Okay? So that's it on that.
Okay, one gun.
Let's grab another one when you die, please.
Kyle McCon, sir.
Good to go, Marah. Yes.
Kyle McCon, sir. U.S. Senate releases draft bill to toughen border measures while securing aid to Ukraine and Israel.
While securing aid to Ukraine and Israel. Go ahead. Here's a story. I've been meaning to bring this story out. The sister sent me a story, brother, about how everything they're doing for the Ukrainians while coming up against the tribes. Like, we such suckers for the brainwashing. Like, we ain't mad at the Ukrainian immigrants. Why? Because they made sure that when they came in, it was no beef. But they took the Issacharites in them and put them in homeless shelters just for you to beef about them. They threw them in the middle of the cities just for you to. Why didn't they ship the Ukrainians and drop them off in buses? How did they get straight into shelters? Give me some more on the story. Please.
Connor one con, sir. U.S. senators on Sunday evening released the details of a highly anticipated $118 billion package that pairs federal enforcement policy on the U.S.-Mexico border with wartime aid for Ukraine and Israel and others, launching a long-shot effort to push the bill past skeptical and hard right House Republicans, whom Democrats accuse of politicizing immigration while being into a thrall to Donald Trump. The proposal was the best chance for Joe Biden to bolster dwindling U.S. wartime aid for Ukraine, a major foreign policy goal that is shared by the Senate's top Democrat Chuck Schumer and top Republican Mitch McConnell. The Senate was expected this week to hold a key test vote on the legislation, but it faces a wall of opposition from conservatives. Joe Biden urged the Congress to pass the legislation for the sake of immigration reform and aid for U.S. allies. The bill includes the toughest and fairest set of border reforms in decades, he said, in a statement issued by the White House. He added, now House Republicans have to decide, do they want to solve the problem or they want to keep playing politics with the border? I've made my decision. I'm ready to solve the problem. Crucially, with Congress stalled and approving $60 billion in Ukraine aid, the U.S. has halted shipments of ammunition and missiles to Kyiv, leaving Ukrainian soldiers outgunned as they try to come out on top of a grinding stalemate with Russian troops.
Like they gonna make sure them Ukrainians get what they need. But our brothers and sisters on the border, they're gonna treat them like rats.
Right. And this is the Democrats, right?
Yeah.
Democrats. Black people swear Democrat Party is a black party. Look what they doing to the migrants, man. Once again, they put the Ukrainians in hotels and treated them good. I used to see the news and they was wearing good, nice jackets, colorful and brand new, and they was looking good. They wasn't in cages. They wasn't wrapped in aluminum foil in the cold like they do our brothers and sisters, the so-called immigrations. It's a total different story. And like the general brought out, the Ukrainians are white supremacists.
Yeah.
You understand?
Those are Nazi babies.
Right. And they get treated wonderfully. And 50 Cent didn't speak against them either. Slocky. Like America sound like they in a civil war. The Democrats is fighting the Republicans over this border because they want to show up because Donald Trump failed in his border lie that what he was going to do to the border. So now the Democrats got to try to show him up on the border. There's a whole mess going on in America. Hell, you got states trying to secede and everything.
Right. California, Texas. They creating all kind of chaos in this place.
You know what
I mean? And letting in soldiers from China and Africa. I don't know what their plan is, but it sounded like the UN is about to take over this country. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like the UN about to take over this country, which is going to be a mess because, of course, every halfway sensible Edomite is not going to respect them like they the law. They're going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many guns in this kingdom, brother. Like, they're going to have to come in they're going to have to bomb cities to stop these people. This is a mess, man. But once again, this is what happens when the world is not governed by the right man that should be governing.
That's right.
You know what I mean? The man that everybody took for a joke and a fairy tale. And that's why, man, I laugh at you pundits out there that love to act like the Bible is a fantasy book and the Bible is I noticed that no other historical records get as much criticism as the Bible. Like even the Quran, don't nobody even criticize the Quran. 600 years after the Bible, and ain't nobody even, it ain't a single criticism you ever hear about it. Right or wrong. Right. They don't even criticize other Bibles. The Ethiopian Bible. Give me a joke. The Ethiopian Bible. The whole Bible is based on a complete lie about the Queen of Sheba. I was reading it the other night. The Queen of Sheba never had sex with Solomon.
That's right.
She and her servants left. And of course, they acting like that Bible is specific. And the Ethiopian Bible has the book of Enoch in the Ethiopian Bible. And if you listening to the book of Enoch, you are ignorant like the floor I'm walking on. Salakia. Because the book of Enoch is a copy of the book of Enoch written by somebody else other than the writer of the book of Enoch. And canonized inside the Ethiopian Bible. That's why it didn't make it into the other Bibles. Because it's not the book of Enoch. It's a writing of the book of Enoch. So for you to believe it, you got to take somebody else's word for it. And make no mistake, that's why what King James did was so right. Because tons of nations out here are walking around with the mentality of they got to get into the Bible somehow to be a part of, historical biblical information. So of course they're gonna put the book of Enoch in, the book of the book of Jasper. That's another fake book. The book of the Mormons, another fake book. All of them was a fake, rewritten later books. There's another book. It's not Peter. Book of Thomas. You reading the book of Thomas? That's a fake ass book. Christ did not tell no brother in the truth to go be a slave under an Ethiopian. That's in the book of Thomas. You did that. Christ turned over one of the disciples and told him to become a servant to some East Indians. Now you believe that garbage. Once again, all of those are lies. And here's the thing: a spiritual man or spiritual woman would just know off the clip that if this book is receiving so much attention and so much criticized, they working so hard to fight against this book, then maybe this book has to be examined on a more spiritual level. And once you do that, you'll begin to realize that this is the book, that this book here is the record that nobody wants to acknowledge. Meanwhile, why would we listen to anybody else when the whole damn earth is in chaos? Listening to your gods from around the world. You understand? The prophets of God have found the Bible. We are awake now.
Damn right.
We are rising up out of the earth by the hand of the Most High. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah.
That's right, son.
You understand? Hey, man, I want to tell everybody to like and comment on this page. Y'all know this Commanding General YAHANNA page. Come on, player.
Damn right.
Like and comment on my page. You gonna leave me out there in the cold? Y'all liking and commenting on all them other, them shootouts and fights and all that. Half-naked broads. Man, you better like and comment my page, man. You understand? Hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Boost this game up so that it can be respected on the level it should. Because I'm not giving you myself. I'm giving you the scriptures along with great teachers and talented brothers. You understand? So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, pay your tithes, ISUPK.com, pay your tithes, join us for the Passover, $200 an adult, support that, all access pass. We got a lot going on. Join us the weekend of the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. The 24th will be on the streets of North Carolina in Charlotte, speaking the word of the Most High, a big rally for the brothers and sisters all over the country. Come in and join us. I'll be doing the Feast of Purim in South Carolina on the 22nd, the closing of the Feast of Purim in North Carolina on the 23rd. Get in touch with I.S.U.P.K. North Carolina for you to, if you need to know the address and where things are at. Support the truth, man. Otherwise, the place gonna drown you, man. These disciples of Christ, they became famous after they saw that the empire was falling. They came to Peter by the thousands. And you better uphold these brothers and sisters so we can get to where we got to get to, man. Big shout out to all the generals that came through. Big shout out to General Muhammad. Hopefully he'll be back to us soon as possible. Let's give him a prayer. Put up a prayer for him out there. General Micah Allah in the building, man. Always roll faithfully in the work of the Most High. General Hazayan up in the building with us. And the most dynamic team in the game, Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, Officer Ibad, Officer Mathumya, holding us down up here in Philadelphia, man. Hey, we join us Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. We do it up at 9 p.m. every week. ISUPK.com. See y'all next time, fam. Live on the UPK, y'all. Shalom.
Yeah. Damn right.
GEN.YAHANNA, you ready for this war and to become an officer?
Come.
Step up.
Come.
Friday, I ain't show no mercy. We gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died. I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the mud. Straight to glory. They don't know how I get it. Nice, but he don't show them skills. How I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel. How I work the wheel. They mad. I'm too solid. Circle tight. Yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life. I ain't worried. I got right for real. I got real soldiers. Kill for me, nigga. Watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately. You is not self. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the skin. No kindness, I don't trust you. Circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney swings. Coming like we, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running. Bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. If you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy. We gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died. I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the mud. Straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice,